It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this absolutely invigorating, robust lifestyle show. First, I want to thank each one of our listeners that have tuned in live today and the ones that will be listening to the podcast. I am just so very grateful for each one of you. And you are all in for a very, very special show today, as I have with me returning divas, which are a mother-daughter team, Lorie and Sioux Murphey. And, oh, am I excited to have them back on Robust Lifestyle. Lorie, could you please introduce yourself? And then, Sioux, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners today?
Hi, I'm Lorie Murphey, and I'm the owner and operator of Sugar Ditch Stables, which is dedicated to a safe place for children. And I'm happy to be on your show today.
And I'm Sue Murphy, and I'm the creator of The Little Cruisers that deals with children's media, and I'm just very thankful to be on the show today.
And I am just very thankful and grateful that it worked out that you two could be on the show today. So that is just awesome. Oh, I love it both, because as a mother-daughter team, you're both working together on helping children, because with the ranch, a safe place for children, and with the comics and the Little Cruisers, oh, this is just fantastic how a mother-daughter team are working together in different aspects of being able to help the children. Oh, how beautiful. Well, Lorie, would you like to give us a few updates of what has been happening? Because you two have been on my show, but it's been quite some time since we've heard from the two of you. So we'll let Lorie go first, and then Sue, you can give the updates on what you would like to tell the listeners today about what's been happening.
Oh, thanks, Joyce. Well, with Sugar Ditch, we've just been working around here and prepping it and keeping it up. We had some horrible storms. New Year's Eve, really, we had storms that made a mess, and our little town was put under a national disaster. Luckily, we're on a hill, and we didn't flood, but the wind storms and everything else that came with it made a mess. But so we're hoping to be in full swing in the spring, and we got everything cleaned up, and we did lose one of our horses, but she was older. Our Dusty, our little blind girl, she would have been 50 in January, and she died in December. But she's happy now. So that was the hardest part of it. But we had her a long time, and she was a wonderful lesson horse. But besides that, I mean, we got everything cleaned up on that sad note. But we got everything cleaned up and ready to go, and just working hard.
Oh, wow. Wow. Almost 50 years old. You have a lot of memories and a lot of beautiful moments that were shared with Dusty. Oh, wow. That's incredible. I give you two both the credit for taking that good a care of her and her living that long a life here on earth. Oh, my. And now she's with you just in another form as an angel that's looking over everything. So that is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, she's a special girl. She was born blind, and somebody, when they had her originally, really took the time and trained her completely. And she was a blessing, and she'll always be, with us, like you said. So
yes. Oh, how beautiful. That is beautiful. It's sad. It is so hard to lose them, but oh my, the memories and knowing that they're there. They're just in a different form now, looking after you and looking over the ranch and everything that the two of you are doing. So how beautiful. Well, Sue, what are some of the updates with the Little Cruisers? I'm excited to hear about that too.
Well, we've been super busy getting ready for Archie's Kitchen. We start post-production soon, and that's where we started filming, and the whole set's finished. And we started something called Donate a Comic, so that kids that couldn't afford our comics, or kids in like foster care or like orphanages or just lower income can get our comics, so people can donate comics, and then it gets distributed out to those guys. And so we started that, which is called Donate a Comic. And other than that, I think that was pretty much the update. We are doing Read Time with Sue, which is me reading the comics to the kids that receive them.
Yeah, it's been an amazing adventure so far, and just expanding and reaching so many children. It's the Read Time with Sue. If your audience hasn't seen it yet, it's literally, you can go to YouTube and see Read Time with Sue, or go to the website, which is thelittlecruisers.com, and the comic is on there, and Sue reads as she goes through the comic, and it's super cute, and it's an exciting time for the two of us, because we have so much going on and helping so many kids, and just doing our part, trying to do our part to make the world a better place for kiddos. So it's exciting, and the new show's coming up, and there's just so much to be thankful for.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I love that. I love that. Read Time with Sue. And you said that is on your YouTube channel. And what is your YouTube channel for listeners that would like to go there and let their children listen to the Read Time with Sue?
It's under the Little Cruisers. So all their social medias and even our YouTube's under the Little Cruisers.
Okay, and it's under the, like, THE and then Little Cruisers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can also get to it through
You can get through it through our website, which is thelittlecruisers.com, under our shows.
Perfect. Okay. And then other social media that you, while we're kind of on this, where are you on? Facebook, Instagram? What are some other social media links that they can look at the Little Cruisers?
We're also on Facebook. In Facebook, we're the Little Cruisers, and Instagram, we're the Little Cruisers.
Yeah, so on Facebook,
Okay.
it's just
it's
Little Cruiser on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's just incredible. And what a perfect title we chose, was Spreading Joy with Sue's Comics, because that's exactly what you are doing, is spreading the joy of comics that you have by reading them, and mailing them out. And I love this now, Donate a Comic. And if you could refresh our listeners, I know we talked about it in the last show, but that's been some time, and refresh our listeners on how you do this. Is it something that you email out? How are listeners able to receive these comics for their children?
So we have both ways. It can be emailed to you, and it's called our inbox comic, or it can be mailed to you, which ends up in those like snail mail, and you get it in your mailbox. And those are the two ways that you can get it, or you can see it on our YouTube channel under Read Time with Sue.
So you just go online to the website, subscribe, and it gets mailed out monthly.
Oh,
and
wow.
It also comes with a very collectible sticker every month.
Oh.
So
How exciting. And kids are so excited when they get their own personal mail. I mean, that's just something special. I know my little granddaughter, she's 5, and if something comes for her, she's just bouncing for joy, because that's her name on that envelope or on that package, and she's like, oh my goodness, this is mine. So,
yeah,
and then a sticker to boot.
Excited.
Oh, that is awesome. That is so neat. And so they can just go to the littlecruisers.com website and subscribe for them. Well, refresh us on how you came about, Sue, of deciding that you wanted to share this with children by giving out positive comics. What led you to do this in this universe?
Well, I'm trying to think when it was, because it's been a little while now, because I've been doing the comic for 5 years now.
Wow.
Right? It doesn't seem like it's been that long. It was about, I think, 7 years ago-ish. I asked God, I said, what do you want me to do with my life, because I didn't feel like aerospace engineering at the time, which is what I was going to school for, was what I was supposed to do. And so he pretty much led me to this direction, and that's how I ended up doing this, because he put it on my heart to make clean content for children, and that is how the Little Cruisers were created.
Oh, wow. I love that, because you were led to do it, and then you followed your heart, what you felt your heart was telling you through God that you needed to do. And how beautiful this world would be if people just would let their heart lead and listen. Just take that moment and listen to what they think they're hearing, and like that. Like you said, you were going into aerospace engineering, and it was like, this isn't just where I feel. It must have something tugged on your heart that said this isn't where you need to be putting your time into this universe to be able to help and shed the light to others. So I love that. That is just beautiful in itself. That is such a testimony. And Lorie, for you, it's a testimony to me, to the mother, too, that she has brought up her daughter to listen to her heart and not just do what, where like a lot of people would say, where the money is, to follow the money. Because that's not always where your heart wants you to go, and how true that is. I know it takes a lot to survive in this day and age now, but when you listen to your heart, it's amazing how things start to fall into place. And I'm sure both of you have experienced that with everything you two are doing right now.
Well, yeah, we certainly have. I am extremely proud of her. I told her when she was much younger that she had to find something that she likes to do, because she's going to do it a long time. So, you might want to like what you're doing. And I couldn't be prouder, because with the content that's out there for our kids today, it's shameful. It's just absolutely horrible. Yeah. And, for Sue to be doing what she's doing and going to make a big difference in the world, that's a proud mom moment for me, because, I can say, wow, she's making a difference. She's not going to a cubicle every day. Not that that's a bad thing for everybody, but she's putting forth and putting out into the universe good things for kids. And that's what we really need to do for our future, because it's not always anything anybody can do to help the kids is, a great, they have a great respect from me. So it's wonderful.
Oh, I totally agree with that statement, because the children are our future. And there is so much negativity out there, that when you can bring in the positive and focus on the positive and give them something positive to look at, it's a good feeling on the inside. I'm sure every time you create a comic, it's like, oh my, look how many lives you are going to touch with that one comic. And what a beautiful, beautiful feeling that must be, Sue. I can only imagine how that must feel on your heart as you're creating these comics. And do you feel, are you heart-led by what content you put into these comics, or where do your thoughts and ideas come from? Do you feel they're from the heart, or where are they coming from?
Well, it depends, because usually I call it vibing high when I write my comics. I get into a certain creative mode, and it just flows, and I turn up my music and I drink sweet tea and I use my typewriter and I write the stories, and that's usually how they come to be. And depending on if we do a holiday one or just a normal one, some stories come easier than others. But that's usually how it happens. Is I'm just sweet tea music and then just write, and then that's how they come to be. And I brainstorm, and I run them past my mom, obviously, and so.
Oh, I love it. I love it, because I love how you said, I love the sweet tea and the music. That is your setting. That's it sounds to me like that's the setting where things start to flow. And then from there, universe, God, your heart, however you want to look at it, that's where the words start to flow of what you need to be bringing out to the universe on that comic. And I love that. I love that it's coming natural. It's just like, okay, this is what they need to hear today. And do you feel sometimes you look at it after you've done it and go, huh, are you amazed at what comes to you sometimes when you just sit down and start to write it and the words flow?
I do, because, like, my mom will wake up because I'll stay up really late when I do it. And it kind of looks like Rain Man when it's across the walls and stuff, because I'll tape it up across the walls, all the art and stuff. And so I'll wake up and say, what's going on in here? Because, like, there's times, like, where I've written, like, a whole solid book, and then, like, within a 3-hour period.
It's pretty amazing. I can sleep through a lot. And
yeah.
She gets a lot done in her vibing time that it's amazing. I can't even express enough how she can just put it out there. She puts it on paper and and it's incredible. I can't draw a stick person, but she just has this incredible talent that I am so, like I said, proud mom is all it describes me to a T. That's pretty much my world.
Oh, I understand it. And what is so beautiful to me, too, is I always say each one of us was given special talents. And it is so beautiful when you follow those special talents, when you let those talents shine, is kind of how I say, because they were given to you to serve a purpose in this world. And like Sue is she's letting them shine, because she could have gone the other route and not let those beautiful talents that were given to her shine, but she is. And the lives that you touch when you let them talents shine, I mean, it is just incredible, because I've always felt that each one of us is given very special talents, and it's just letting those lights shine. And for you as the mother, having the daughter and supporting her in what she's doing, and you have the ranch, you both have it together, but yours is a different way of letting your talents shine with the animals and with the ranch and helping children in that way. So I just think it's beautiful, because that's how I always look at it, that I try to tell people you've all been given very special talents, and to follow that. I say follow your passion, because that's where you're going to probably find where your talents lie, is what you really love to do. And it is just amazing then. And you're an example, Sue, of how you said it just flows. You amaze yourself sometimes with, wow, I did that?
Exactly. It is pretty amazing, because as long as I can see it in my head, I can draw it.
Oh, that is just absolutely incredible. I just think that is amazing. Now, each month, do you create a new comic for each month, and then the special months that have holidays in, am I understanding those are special holiday comics then, correct?
Yeah, so the one that, like, we do Thanksgiving a lot, like, every year, and so that's one of the special holidays that we do, and we'll send out, like, Valentine's Day cards to the kids and the mailers.
And the birthday. She has a birthday mailer, too. The birthday mailer is really neat. You don't have to subscribe to the comic to get it. You just sign up, and you get a little Cruisers mini poster, a birthday card, what else? And then you get a gift card.
And a little sticker. And so those get sent out on your birthday month. So it protects the kids' information, like, and
she just asked. She doesn't ask for
so, like,
details.
If your birthday's in February, everything gets sent out on, like, even if it's like February 20th, it gets sent out on the 1st.
Oh, okay. So it's just kind of by the month. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is really special. And a little Cruisers poster, and and am I thinking correctly too? You also have the little wooden toy little Cruisers that people are able to purchase and even give as a gift if they want to, as their children are loving these comics. Are you still producing the little Cruisers wooden toys also?
I am. I only make so many a year, and then once they're gone, they're gone. because they take a long time in production.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how everything got started.
That is how because I've been making those even longer than the comics.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, and you are the sole person that makes these little wooden cruiser toys. Am I correct on that?
Yes, I am. It's kind of a one-man man with my mom.
You know, and I got to tell you, she's super picky about how she does things, because we were going to a big event and we had to have a certain amount of product, and she had me up all night painting wheels, and then told me, Mom, those aren't good enough. And I'm like, wait, what? So I'm telling you, I work horses. I can't draw and can't paint too good.
That particular event, it was the biggest one I've done at that time. Like,
yeah, it was a big deal.
It was, and it was PBS Kids for in Sacramento. They were having a convention, and I was concerned because it was the biggest booth I've ever done, and I was like freaking out, and I hadn't slept for 2 days. So it was crazy in their house that day.
Yeah, it looked like a toy factory exploded everywhere.
It did. I was standing in our laundry room because it got to the point where I couldn't be in my shop that late at night. So I smashed off the laundry room to fan toys.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it was crazy, but I'm hearing both of you laughing about that experience now as you're talking about it. At that time, you probably were not laughing about it, but now you're looking back and seeing the humor in it and seeing the beautiful memory that you made together. At that time, you were like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, at the time it was nothing funny about. It was kind of miserable for me, actually, but we do look back and laugh at it now because we survived it, but it was just chaos. And you know, I don't do well painting ornate anything.
I understand completely. I can relate to that. I'm with my animals. Don't give me a paintbrush, because I'll probably have more on everything else than I will on what I was supposed to be painting.
Yep, that's me. That is definitely me.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I love it. Well, do you two do quite a few shows, or do you just you mainly do the monthly comics and then make the toys and stuff like that, or are you still doing some shows?
As of right now, we're focusing on the monthly comic, and hopefully in the near future that we can do that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of work that goes into that on top of everything else that has to be done.
It keeps us pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yes, I can understand. Shows are very time consuming, and especially when you're doing product like this, it takes a lot of time to put it all together. So I can relate to that. I can totally understand that. You two both have your hands completely full right now with what you're doing, and I just love how you're putting out the comics on a monthly basis. That is just incredible. And I've seen your post on Instagram, and I'm like, they are just so cute. They're just, it's like, I think they're for adults as well as for the children because they're so cute.
Well, funny thing is when Sioux started, all the comics were free to anybody that wanted to sign up. And I'm not sure if we went over this in previous shows or not, but when she got to, I think it was 1,000 comics a month going out, she had to get a bulk mailing permit because the cost of shipping and everything was just getting too much, and because it was free. So she found out that some of the addresses needed to be finalized or, completed and were incorrect in the system. We're still getting to their destination, but with the bulk permit, they had to be a certain way. We found out when she was doing the research on the addresses, a lot of them were going to foster care, orphanages, and even prisons. So when you said it's for any age group, we were floored. We were like, wow. And so, and my dad, he loved reading her comic. It might be because it was his granddaughter, but we sat down and talked, and we want to, at some point, get her comic into children's hospitals, into nursing homes, into orphanages, not necessarily on a subscription, just be able to send them to the different places and have them handed out, you know. And so that's I'm working on that right now, as far as getting them in, you know, shipped in quantities to these places, just because, you know, she's spreading joy one comic at a time. So the goal is to get them into the hands of as many people as possible, and just try to change the atmosphere of all the bad that can go on in the world to just something a little more cheerful and kind, you know. So it's funny you said it's good for adults, because adults actually do. She has some that go to the husband and wife, and they rush to the mailbox every month to see who gets it first, and they don't even have children, and they, you know, they contacted her and thanked her, you know. So it's really kind of amazing on how it's reaching so many people, and, you know, you never know what one comic that might be all they have to look forward to, you know. So when we found that out, that's like, okay, we need, you know, she can't send them out for free anymore, but that's why we have the donate, and then getting them into different places to maybe bring a smile to a child or even an adult is the goal. It's just, again, spreading some kindness.
I love it. I just love it. I love how you said it's just spreading joy one comic at a time. And be that with the adults, be it with the children. Nursing homes, I think, is a beautiful idea, because I could really see them enjoying something like that, bringing back some memories to themselves and just having a little bit of fun like that. Oh, I love it. You guys have so many things in the works. This is just beautiful. And once again, I cannot believe how fast this time went. I feel like I've been talking to you two for 5 minutes, and our time is almost up. So I am going to ask, because I would love to have you back on here sometime in March and give us some more updates on all the things you're working on, and like with the cooking part of the comics, and just kind of keep our listeners posted on how things are coming and different ways that they can always connect with you and things like that. So I am asking both of you if you would like to be back on my show in March.
I would love to. Yeah, we both would love to.
Oh, awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I am looking forward to our next chat. And I want to thank both of you for being on the show today. You have you've just spreaded joy. I feel lighter and happier just talking to you two. So thank you so much for everything that you're doing and for sharing here on Robust Lifestyle today. And you two both have you are so welcome. You are very welcome. You two both have a magical day.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much. And I want to thank all of our listeners for listening to an absolutely amazing mother-daughter show with Lorie and Sue Murphey. They are two absolutely amazing divas that are spreading joy through Sue's comics. And like they said, just spreading it one comic at a time. And please share this show with all your family and friends. Check out all the other hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Have a fantastic day, and be kind to all, and spread some of that joy and kindness in any way that you can, and give your animals a great big extra hug and share your love with them. Until we connect again on Robust Lifestyle, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.